episode.
Hello, baseball fans. I know this comes way too late. I've had a few things I had to do, mainly on vocal, and mention that later. But I just want to send if I know they've all been sent out. I know they've all been sent out already, but I just want to do my part and say, congratulations, Texas Rangers. That game 5. I know it was almost a week ago, but that game 5 was amazing. It was crazy. It was a pitcher's duel. Hell, Zach Gallen was pitching a no-hitter. And then Seager got that hit and all the floodgates open. It really sucks when you pitch a no-hitter and you're still not winning because your hitters aren't hitting for you. I've seen it happen a lot. Matter of fact, I remember I once saw a walk-off no-hitter, which had to be a rarity. I think it was the Marlins. The Marlins pitched 9 complete no-hit innings, and then they won on a walk-off in the bottom half. Isn't that something? But anyway. So yeah, he drove in. So yeah, that's when the runs were scored. They ended up scoring 5 of them total. 5-0 was the final score, and the Rangers, they did it. I was so happy for them. It's been 6 days, and I'm still happy for them because think about it, that team went through a lot of shit throughout their history. They debuted as the second coming of the Washington Senators because the original played from 1901 to 1960 and moved to Minnesota. Of course, the deal was after that move, a second team would be placed in D.C. And Senators 2.0 began play in 1961. Now, while the original team wasn't really good, but they actually won a World Series, this version wasn't that good. They only lasted 11 seasons in D.C., playing from 61 to 71, 11 seasons in D.C. before moving to Arlington, Texas, and becoming the Rangers. And the struggle still continued. They couldn't do anything. Of course, the Senators started during the final years of the old era before divisions existed. Of course, divisions started existing in '69, and they could not get a good finish in that American League West. I think they finished second like once or twice. It wasn't until '96 that they finally made the postseason as winners of the American League West. It was the first. It was the first of 3 division titles in 4 seasons, but they all resulted in the same thing: getting beat by these guys in the division series. They would have to wait even longer to win a playoff series. That came in 2010, and that actually led them to the World Series for the first time. It was first a back-to-back pennants in 10 and 11, but they just couldn't do it. And we all know what happened in 2011. They were 1 strike away twice in Game 6. 1 strike away from winning it all twice, but they just couldn't do it. So, finally, before this year, they last made the postseason in 2016, and it was a short stay there. Of course, I've watched it all in Urinating Trees Legacy of Failure video, which has now been updated as kind of like a historical piece now because it's over. After 63 in their 63rd season, they finally did it. They finally won the World Series. I'm so happy for that team. You always love the first-time champions. We've been seeing our share of those in sports the last several years, including this calendar year. Because a few months ago, the Vegas Golden Knights won their first cup, and the Denver Nuggets won their first championship. But and the Texas Rangers joined that phrase. So yeah, out of the 4 main leagues, we have 3 first-time champions, with the exception of the NFL. Also, with the Rangers championship, every team in the Dallas area has won now. Because the Stars have that Stanley Cup in '99, the Cowboys, that goes without saying, the Mavericks won in 2011, and even the XFL's Arlington Renegades. They were underdogs and they won the XFL championship. So yeah, Dallas has become a city of champions lately. But yeah, the Rangers, they did it. It's really nice to see a team from Texas actually win a World Series fair and square. That's never happened before. But, yeah, and as for the Diamondbacks, congratulations to them too, because nobody had to make it the postseason, let alone coming within 3 wins of their second championship. I mean, it was amazing. They were just this little engine that could, and they did. Swept Milwaukee. Of course, Milwaukee's not looking for a new manager. They swept Milwaukee. Swept the Dodgers. Beat out the Phillies, who did this thing last year. Upset and shocked the world. Now it was Arizona's turn, but they fell 3 wins short. It's crazy. Like I said, this was a year of Cinderella runs, a calendar year of Cinderella runs, because we saw the Florida Panthers and the Miami Heat do this, and now the Diamondbacks are doing it. Will we see such a thing in the NFL in January? Who knows? But yeah, congratulations to the Texas Rangers. They finally won the World Series. It was great. Seager got his second MVP to go with the one he won in 2020 with the Dodgers. And like I said, Arizona, they had a great season. We'll see what it results in for next year. Will they keep this up? Will Texas repeat? It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a very interesting offseason. Oh, it is quite interesting with the managerial moves in the last close to a week. But it's gonna be a very interesting offseason, and it's just amazing. So that's my recap. That's my long overdue recap of the World Series. If you like this video, click like. If you're on YouTube, click subscribe if you want more. For those of you on TikTok, feel free to click that follow button. All 5 stories from each of the games, they'll be featured. Check them out. And I'll be back very, very shortly to recap, both football leagues. Week 9, and of course the division semis, and get you ready for the division finals. So, one more time, congrats Rangers, and may the power protect you always.